halfway between the Bay Area and Sacramento. Off play action drilled. And right away, it's Henry Mondu, the one established returning starter on the Oregon front.
Well, if there's one thing that Brady Hoke, the new defensive coordinator, talked about was his new scheme. It's a 4-3-1 gap scheme. That means if you're on the defensive line, you are just coming. You're not waiting. You're not reading.
Behind. They're running a fullback there, and boy, that play is just completely blown up by a freshman, Troy Dye.
Troy Dye, they love talking about this young man. He is an absolute freak of an athlete. At the bottom of your screen, he's simply going to fly off the edge, untouched, Ted, right in the back. He's going to make that play all day long, but I'm going to talk about a true freshman from Norco High School in California. They've been producing talented football players for a long time.
Now 3rd and 5. And Scott trying to touch throw and broken up nicely. Well defended by Arian Springs of Oregon.
Hasn't played a lot of football.
And of course, a guy that they thought could be impact. And there's a nice play by Dye again. The freshman's making an impact in this first quarter as he drops Harrell.
The Buffs with that huge win last night in the rivalry game against Colorado State.
Prukop gets going. Fires it out. Look at the moves. Pharaoh Brown is back.
To play in front of this crowd.
Prukop's slant throw caught Carrington. And it'll be 1st and goal for Oregon. Close to getting their first points of the season. Freeman. And Freeman will get there. There's the broken tackles that Yogi talked about in the open. Royce Freeman with the finish.
When we think about Royce Freeman for the strength and the power, how about the athleticism, the lateral speed? Are you kidding me? This is why he needs to, for a guy that big, I mean, he's not 5'11", 180. He's 230 plus pounds.
All right, so now the Ducks shift to go for 2, and Nelson takes it in. So Oregon throws a little change and and Scott's throw is broken up. Hoping for a flag there is Plum, the tight end, but that's Williams, Jawan Williams, over Dan Plum to break it up.
That is textbook defensive back play. His left arm doesn't touch the receiver at all. His right center, so much goes on there. They've an all-conference center 8 of the last 11 years in the Pac-10 or 12.
Oh, look at that gap for Benoit. Out to midfield. Prukop's throw, sliding catch by Darren Carrington. 1st down at the 20.
Easy read. Single high. Man-to-man coverage on the slot. I'm going to 7 all day long. Prukop, a great job with his eyes holding the backside safe.
Just about 32 yards. And he will boot that through to add to the Oregon lead. So the Ducks tack on 3 from Schneider, who's missed just 3. Well, there's a big play for the Oregon defensive front. The screen pass is picked off.
They bring pressure. You'll see it at the top of your screen. Scott's got to get the ball out. Makes a blind screen throw, which is the one thing you're always taught as a quarterback not to do. Get that head around. See what the defense is. He waits an extra hair because he feels the pressure coming. Big play by that defensive line. Jalen Jelks had a heck of a camp for them as well.
Brady Hoke just gave Jelks a big hug and a kiss. He wants this Ducks defense to be known for takeaways. So far, so good, guys.
And Oregon can get a 1st down at the 1. But they get 6. Strike throw to Johnny Munt. And this is cool because these are roomies. Prukop and Munt are roomies.
Watch Prukop's eyes from the back. He's going to give a pump to his left, come right back, find his roommate, wide open, perfect placement. You wanted eyes or above when you're throwing to a tight end.
In this shift, they've run one successful two-point play out of this. They're going to try it again, and Nelson's going to score it again. You hit that early, Yogi. That's just it's a mismatch that Davis has to adjust to.
It's a no-brainer to do it every time if you're Charles Nelson. The Oregon staff, you look over, he looks over, and they look at the Reese's going for two again. It's a no-brainer. You got a numbers advantage. It is game over. Get it to number 6. You got blockers, and you're the better athlete. Tug. Special teams coordinator in his 16th season says, yeah, we'll take that for the second time this afternoon.
So Kelly will bring this ball out of the end zone for UC Davis, and look at the cover by Oregon.
And you know who that is.
Done.
That's that young man is a dominant player in number 19, Fotu Leato. He's a really cool story, too. I mean, number one, he's the most dominant player they got on special teams. But he was not known as a recruit 2 years ago. His highlight tape goes on Huddle, where all the recruits put their film, explodes. Hundreds and thousands of views because he's just dominating people like he's Troy Polamalu back in the day. He's
actually 215. So I was going to say, that's a little light to be a running. 215 is more sensible. All right, forward progress is stopped there on the throw to Derek Balju.
Check out Arion Springs. This guy's been all over the field doing so much. He's going to be at the top of your screen. They call it a nose for the ball. Team just put his foot in the ground, let me get upfield, sniffs out the screen, evades a blocker, and away he goes for Brady Cooper.
So now on third down, Scott arcs one up. Jump ball, broken up, nicely done by Amadi against Keelan Doss. And the punt away. Nelson's going to have a chance to run with this one. Setting up some blocks. He's got some room. He's got a wall down the near side. You could see this coming. And there's Charles Nelson doing his damage. You could see that one from up top here. He had enough time to set up blocks and get a wall.
So patient, so explosive, and it looked easy. 45-yard return, sets up one block. Great job by the return team of not getting a penalty by a block in the back, just putting their hands up there, and he kind of does the rest.
That's when you start to, when the punt's long enough that the guy's to backpedal a bit, but he's dangerous. You know that gives him a chance to see the field. He's going to have a little time.
Every time.
Yep. Not many returning quarterbacks. Browning is one of them. Falk is another one, of course, and Josh Rosen. And there's a touchdown by the new quarterback, Prukop. Patient there. Gets the time to find Jaylen Brown.
You're going to see motion from Pharaoh Brown. He's going to come back off the side. The entire defense is going to go right. Pharaoh Brown, simple corner route, turns the defender around. There's no help. The way they do things, literally from how they wake up and how they make their bed and how they run block.
Well, that's maybe a touchdown. Yeah. Let's see. They're trying to decide. Down just shy of the goal line is Freeman. Thought Freeman was going to go, and Davis got him quick. And Freeman. Prukop keeps it and goes in. So as Freeman is doubled up and dropped a couple of yards back, Dakota Prukop keeps it for the touchdown.
All of a sudden they get the defense to expand. Big run, touchdown.
All right, so Oregon 2 out of 3 running this play in the first half. This time they flip it the other side and get an easy one. How good is that?
That is the most frustrating thing. I'm frustrated for UC Davis.
And that's quarterback Travis Johnson. Well, let's see. Actually, I'm sorry. That's Justin Hollins with the double number there. And that's a defensive lineman, Justin Hollins, that gets him. Reese's go for 2. Works for the third time. Part of the learning process, 4-3. Hotchkiss, first game he's played.
not only
in Division I. There's a run back out of the end zone. Well, Nelson, this time he does bust through. Needs one. And then a good angle at the last by UC Davis to prevent a touchdown. Each in the third quarter. UC Davis backed up, and Scott has gone the distance. Ooh, and there's Swarm. Boy, Oregon's defensive front just crushed there.
Austin Malawata. You'll see him in the middle of your screen. That's called one-gap defense right there. He gets right between the guard and the center. He's a guy who's played pretty much on the center most of his career. Fiery guy.
No room to spare there. Charles Nelson, eyes wide, standing in midfield. He's thinking house on this one. He's going to get a shot again. Boy, a low line drive. And Nelson let's see if he's going to get there. He's getting close inside the 10. Just another one. You could see that coming.
I'm not ready to anoint him as the Black Mamba. You know, he's not D'Anthony Thomas just yet, but there's an element when he gets the ball, this whole place stands up, and you could feel the field almost tilt, and all of a sudden he's running downhill. Oh, look out, here we go, and he's making it happen at the end on his own.
He's going to force teams to alter how they punt. That was injured, and Freeman will take it in. So Oregon losing the only experienced member of their offensive line in that previous play with Hunt. Matters not here to Freeman.
They bring in Doug Brenner coming right at you, 57. He's kind of been a guy who's played all over that offensive line. He and Pharaoh Brown.
Right up 1st and 15. Oh, wow. All over that play is Dye. That was going to be a pitch back and then a deep throw to Doss. That was the hope for Davis, but Troy Dye broke it up.
The athleticism of Troy Dye playing on the line of scrimmage, which is not common for him. Look at him just racing around the edge. There is zero chance right there.
And that's the best UC Davis lineman, Christian Schneider, and Troy Dye just ran right around him.
Yeah, he's got a guy who they say he's got NFL potential, the one the scouts.
California. And the kick is no. The kick is no. Piece of it.
I'll tell you, when Oregon's going on special teams, it ain't close. Outside of the turnovers on special teams, they've done an incredible job getting after the kicker. Like they say, it's all about the details here in Eugene.
Ali, who played last year for them, Milwaukee played quite a bit, of course, are not in the picture as quarterbacks. There's Johnny Mundt running. And he got tripped by the heels, or he might have gone. So the roomies connect again.
A really nice job by Prukop, standing in the pocket. They bring the house, his man-to-man coverage, finds his buddy, his roommate, as you mentioned.
Oregon, Ted and Yogi, back to you in Eugene.
All right, Ashley, here's Prukop taking a deep shot to Carrington. He's got him. And that's 6 for Oregon. Set up well by the Ducks. Prukop, 55 yards to Carrington.
All right, you'll see at the bottom of your screen. Okay, now watch. All the flow of this offense is going to go to your left. And Darren Carrington is going to work his route outside, and it's not even close. Everybody goes to that sideline. Dakota Prukop pulls up just like he did earlier in the ball game, and just like we've seen for 21 minutes and 29 seconds. You know, it did not matter in their scheme.
And there's Brooks James spinning away to score. So the Ducks offense keeps piling on, and as is an Oregon tradition, we go deep into the roster to do it.
Huge recruit coming out of Florida, former wide receiver. How about the balance, keep his legs moving? And what's so great about him, and you look at Coach Gary Campbell, the running back coach, that entire room, the standard has always been risen. Right, they've done it 10 straight years. They've led the Pac-10 or Pac-12 in rushing. They got Royce Freeman, Heisman candidate.